Hi, my name is Miss Newlove and I'm one of the hosts of a brand new show brought to you by Bestel Foundation.
The Wellbeing Show is to help reach BAME families, to help with mental health, support, and emotional needs. The Wellbeing Show streams live every Tuesday at 8 to 9 p.m. on Diversity Radio via Facebook, YouTube, and Mixcloud. So tell your family and friends to tune in as we discuss topics that affect our well-being. The Wellbeing Show is proudly sponsored by NHS South London and Maudsley, the National Lottery Community Fund, and partnered with Real Insight, Base, 60 Seconds Creative Studio, and Gold Diggers Talk Show. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bestel Foundation's The Wellbeing Show. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of December. And I believe it's our last show before the end of the year. So today our topic is managing mental health around the holidays. As you all know, it's Christmas this weekend, and there's a lot of things that happen. You know, we're under a lot of pressure. So many things are going on around this festive season. So today we decided to focus on the things that affect our mental health. And as usual, I have my amazing co-host, Miss Jacqui Obeng, who is a teacher of business and economics, and she's also the CEO of Base, Become a Successful Entrepreneur. But before Jacqui comes on to join me, as usual, we have to say a big thank you to our sponsors, who are South London and Maudsley NHS Trust, and also the National Lottery Community Fund. And without them and our partners, we're unable to bring you this show. We're able, to bring you this show. It's very important that we show gratitude to them. And our partners are Diversity Radio, where we're streaming live now on Facebook, 60 Seconds Creative Studio, Gold Diggers Talk Show, which belongs to myself, and I will be back in the new year, and Base, Become a Successful Entrepreneur, and also Real Insight Consultant, which belongs to Nash, and he is part of the Bestel Foundation team also. So collectively, we're able to bring you this amazing show. And like I said, our topic is managing our mental health during this season. So Jacqui, are you here?
Yes, I am. How are you, babe?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Well, Merry Christmas in advance.
Same to
As you
you
said,
and your family.
yeah, really, really, really good festive season. Normally, I do love Christmas. It looks like this Christmas is going to be a different one. First of all, we've got lovely snow, which obviously we haven't seen in quite a little bit. This year was quite thick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, we're looking forward to the holidays. Fortunately, I'm on holiday already, so I'm at home. Just hoping that everybody will be finished by hopefully Thursday, and then you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the holidays with the family. It's family time. I hear there's interesting things happening in people's homes. There's going to have a lots of food. Some people are going to be having some discos, loads of invitation. Enjoy the holidays. All I can say.
But sometimes it feels like you're being robbed when Christmas lands on the weekend. Sometimes it feels like you're being robbed because when it lands on a weekday, it just makes it seem more like a holiday. But when it's on the weekend,
it seems like a normal day. So you want the season falls on a Monday or a Tuesday, and you've also got the weekend to celebrate. However, we've got everything in one this weekend. Obviously, we've got loads of programs this holiday, so check the social media handles so you can manage your well-being, hang out with friends, hang out with family,
social well-being.
So, exactly. Just socialize, because obviously staying indoors can be an issue, can give you some worries, can give you some thoughts. Just, socialize, go out there and have a good Christmas, and obviously a prosperous new year. So today we're going to be discussing, how to manage our mental health or well-being around the holidays. We've got, several pointers that Miss Newlove has gathered for us today. Obviously, is sponsored by, it's brought to you by obviously Diversity, which is the Bestel Foundation. Now, Bestel Foundation, as we say every fortnight, is a charitable organization registered both here and in Ghana. Their aim is to address the stigma of mental health within the BAME community, raising awareness, providing interventions, and supporting the entire BAME community and their families with their well-being. Obviously, Miss New Love, you've gone through our sponsors, some of our partners.
Yeah.
However, we've got large staff. We've got Big Joe, DJ Big Joe, who's our technician. We've got Samson, who's our digital designer or marketer. We've got, ourselves, who we're part of the, the well-being show. We've got the catering. We've got a whole, different departments, So obviously today, we're just going to go into it. How do we manage our well-being over the Christmas holidays? And don't forget that we've got our social media handles flowing on the screen. We've got bestelfoundation.org, which is the website. That's where we have all our images, all the trips to Ghana, all the work that Bestel has done. Everything's uploaded there. It's a brand new website. So do explore our website. The Facebook, we've got Bestel Foundation on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Bestel CAF. And on Twitter, it's also Bestel CAF. As you can see on the screen, we've got the telephone numbers who you can, reach out for support. Stella, Christabel, Hilda, and Mariam. We got all that information on the screen. So we'll just go right into it, how we can manage our mental well-being.
Sure. So you've pretty much let everyone know about Bestel for now, but we will go back into that towards the end of the show. So yeah, as Jacqui mentioned, our topic today is managing our mental health around the festive season, and there are a variety of reasons why Christmas may not be, such a good season for some. And it can be jam-packed for some with a social calendar, which is good. But then for some people, they have deadlines at work, which causes stress.
Yeah.
A lot of people have lost loved ones, and Christmas is a time that brings your attention back to the loss of loved ones.
Yeah.
And then also, Christmas is also a very cold time.
Yeah.
Around, in most countries around the world, unless you live in a country that has good weather. So
Exactly.
all these things can contribute to things that affect you mentally around this season. So according to a survey in America, which I read about, stress is definitely increased during the holiday season, which can lead to a lot of different things, like I said, but including physical illness, depression, anxiety, and even substance misuse.
Right.
And if you're already on substance misuse, it could increase due to having, all these issues. So the reasons for this could be being anxious because you don't have enough time. There's a lot of financial pressure on on yourself. Even the fact of giving presents to people and thinking of what to buy people can be stressful. I'm currently going through that myself. I'm really I've left everything to last minute. And it's quite stressful. It's funny, but it's also really, stressful. And also just family gatherings, because sometimes you don't know where to go. Sometimes you just want to stay home. But then you've been invited here, there, but and you're just thinking, where should I go, or should I stay home, or so it can really be quite an overwhelming feeling for different people when we're not being negative and we're just focusing on the negative parts of it. We are going to talk about the good parts of this as well, but it's really important because a lot of people do go through this, even in our community, and under a lot of pressure. So it's very important that we bring this awareness at this time to let people know that they're not alone.
Yes, exactly. So obviously there are ways in which we can prepare ourselves and hopefully deflect from some of these increased stress over the holidays. So it is important that obviously we can control obviously what we go about. Okay. So obviously it's equally important to realize that even we put all these ideas into practice to continue to feel overwhelmed or depressed, we do need the help. Okay. So obviously outlining where you have to be, what you need to do.
Yeah.
Do you invite people home? Do you go? And to be quite honest, I've got a clash on Friday and I've just been told where I'm supposed to be, which is now stressing me out. Stressing me out because you don't want to let people down. Do you see what I mean? And again, sometimes, obviously, you can, if it's a working week or a normal week, you could say, oh, I can miss that because obviously you've got work the next day, or you've got maybe church, you've got an important, you know, you've got something to do. But during this season, sometimes there's no excuse because obviously everybody's at home, you know, you're not working, you've been invited, you know, what's the excuse not for you not to show up? You know, so first of all, these are some of the common issues that comes up within the year that we're quickly going to go through. You're lacking the holiday spirit. Now, that one I think I can relate to. Normally, I've always loved Christmas, but for some reason, we couldn't be bothered to put up the tree.
Yeah, same with me.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that tree adds on the spirit to that Christmas festive season. You know, you get the tree out, you're putting all these decorations over the tree. You've got Christmas cards, and you're giving that Christmas card. All of these are part of the holiday spirit.
And the lead up to it, like you said, giving people cards, receiving gifts from work, you know, in the workplace. I don't know how it is for you as teachers, but in my workplace, we get a lot of like a bottle of wine, chocolate.
We do.
You know, all that kind of stuff. And I didn't even go to my work party, which I normally do go to.
The Christmas party. So again, these are the times that you need to socialize. You just need to let your hair down, forget about things, and just enjoy the season. So being surrounded by cheeriness can also stigmatize when you don't feel the same level of enthusiasm as others, which, yes, it can happen. Because I did it, even though I was looking forward to Christmas, I thought other people had high spirits within Christmas than I did. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, we can put ourselves in those categories sometimes that we are lacking the spirit. So, you know, try and get along, try and enjoy, even though if you're not Christian and you're Muslim, you know, obviously you've got that time off, you know, because I've got some Muslim friends, obviously they will take the card, but they don't celebrate Christmas because they know that obviously, you know, UK being a Christianity a country, they understand that obviously they have to be at home, but they do enjoy it sometimes because they've got the time off.
Yeah.
So it just, you know, buddy up, pressure to socialize, be happy, present can be, you know, presentation could be difficult, speak about your feelings, try and get out, basically. Try and get out there or try and invite people, try and talk to people. What can you do about it? So recognize that you don't need to force yourself to be happy. That is a good way. That is good to acknowledge feelings, being joyful. Remember that you're not alone in these feelings, which, yes, we're always not alone. There's somebody as well feeling the same feelings. Avoid numbing and avoiding feelings by using alcohol or substances which worsen anxiety and depression. If possible, surround yourself with people who feel similarly, celebrate your traditions or create new ones. So there you go. Basically, try and get involved in things happening within the community. If it's not about going out, don't soak yourself by taking in alcohol or people smoking or substances or whatever. That adds more stress and depression as part of your
or you could
mental
use
state.
it as a time for if you feel like you're lacking the holiday spirit, you can use it as a time to give yourself some self-care, maybe relax, go have a massage, like you said, try and create new things for yourself.
Great things. Even with your kids, there's board games. I like Monopoly a lot.
I love Monopoly.
Yeah, I love it. So I've got the cashless one, I've got the money one, I've got different types of Monopoly.
There's an Accra one, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna get that one.
But I haven't got it. I really want to get it. Yeah.
It's about 40, 58 Ghana cedis or so. When I got back there, it had moved. I went to Accra Mall to find it and they had moved. But we play a lot. Monopoly, Scrabble, Snakes
Game
and
of
Ladders.
Life. Game of Life is good as well.
Exactly. So to create something with the kids. I did talk about, remember we had a discussion about the family tree. That's a very important one that, you know, some community has developed. When I speak to my kids in school a lot of kids have done it with their parents.
Okay.
They start with their mom and dad, go to grandma and grandpa, and they create the tree like that.
Okay, that's quite
interesting.
And
if some kids are lucky to have their grandma around, this is the time, you know, they can use to create that, you know, the family tree, do a plan and just get on with it. It's really easy.
It's a good time to explain to your children about their heritage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time to do that. So Christmas is not just about, you know, doing all these Christmas type of things we've been doing for years, but it's about creating new things that you can do around Christmas to like revitalize the whole, you know, Christmas season.
Right.
Or make it your own if you don't want to be
make it your own. Again, we've got a comment there from Sari asking, what about those without kids? Right. So if you haven't got kids, again, you know, you need to come out with your work people, you know, socialize. I'm sure those without kids have got partners. They can do things with partners normally. Some people just book, you know, the Christmas, they go away. If you haven't got kids, they're in obviously gone short-term trips, you know, they do that sort of thing.
I think that's a really good idea when you don't have children, depending on if you have a partner or not. If you don't have a partner, it's always a good idea to maybe go and stay with people or family or someone for Christmas. Yeah.
I would check in somewhere and just be either be by myself or crash at a friend's house or crash at a family's house. All I need to do is pack stuff in the car and here I come.
But not everyone has the confidence to do that. And
that's the thing.
That's the thing, you know, not everyone, like you were talking, has that Christmas spirit. They're lacking it. So it's not an easy one, but
that's a quite difficult one. But again, being alone, it is a difficult thing, being alone, honestly. Feeling lonely, you need to be an extrovert to try and communicate with people, you know, otherwise you'll fall into a depression or stress where isolating yourself is an issue itself. So we would obviously promote that. You socialize within the community or friends, reach out to people. You know, within our community, there's loads of things happening. Or if you're going to Ghana, then that's a plus. At least there's family there, you know. So there's
I don't think you can even get unless you don't have money. I think it's very difficult to get down or depressed in Ghana, isn't it? Because you have the sun, which is you know, you could always go out for walks and stuff like that when you're in Ghana, even if you are alone, at least, you know, it's easy to communicate with people. You could just talk to your neighbors or
on the phone, what's happening. And obviously Sarah will say, oh, we're going there. I said, oh, I'm tagging along. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I'm like that. I don't mind doing that. For some people, it's quite difficult for them to, you know, be tagging along and feeling well. It depends on who you are. So if you're you know, sort of an introvert, you know, speak to people or very, you know, reserved kind of, you know, person, then obviously you need to rely on social media, communicate, at least have some sort of communication with people. So you're not there quiet by yourself. That is quite stressful thing, and it is quite, you know, depressing not talking to anybody. Point 2 would be overwhelmed by grief and loss. Now that it is very, very traumatic, losing a loved one, you know, especially if you've lost your partner, you know, you've lost a loved one, your mom or your dad. It can be easy to compare with your situation with others, which is quite difficult, which can increase feelings of loneliness and sadness. So you need to take time to check in with your feelings. All your feelings have some realistic expectations for how the holiday seasons will be. Now that is quite difficult. You know, you just see that comment how to tap in feelings with yourself is a difficult thing. And for you to agree to come out within this festive season, you know, separate yourself from the grief and enjoying Christmas, I wouldn't know how to do that. You know, so you know, if you're overwhelmed with grief, I would say seek counseling. You know, talk to people. You know, we've got specialists there who can, you know, talk you through that. Again, grief is a difficult thing. It can take over you, and you'll be missing a lot of, you know, valuable times with people, you know, occasions. So the earlier the better that you deal with grief, by speaking to somebody who can listen, a professional who can tell you what to do, so that you gently get into the festive season. So if you're dealing with loss or grief, gently remind yourself that circumstances do change, traditions will change as well. So grieving again is about time, you know, and reminding yourself, obviously, with the time, your memories, your good memories that you had with that person that you've lost, you know. Me, I like to take pictures a lot. So I'm sure if I've lost the last person, that person will be around me every single time, because there'll be loads of pictures around me, reminding myself with that person. So what can you do about it? Holiday observances seems inauthentic right now. You do not need to force yourself to celebrate it. During this time, connect with and plan to check with in a support group, a therapist, faith community, could be a pastor or a friend who understands, you know, the loss or the grief that you're going through, basically. Some people will get over things by obviously communicating with people, meeting with people, having walks, clearing your thoughts, your mind, regular walks. And obviously, it's a good way to start getting over grief, basically. However, I won't sit here and say it's easy to get over it, because, you know, obviously, if you're not walking down those shoes, it's quite difficult for you to understand what people go through. However, the festive season will come. I'm sure we've all got loads of friends that we can communicate with. Try and find somebody to talk to, and, you know, we can start your process from there, basically.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, I think with grief and loss is very sensitive issue. But yeah, so number 3 is kind of similar to number 1. When you're feeling pressured to participate in activities and want no part in them. So, you know, what do you do? How do you deal with this? And I think sometimes it's not that you don't want to go out or you don't want to socialize with people, but like you were saying, you have 2 events on one day.
Exactly.
You have 2 events or 3 events, you know, on one day, and you're under pressure because everyone's like, come out. But there's one that you want to go to, and, you know, maybe you don't want to go to the other 2, but it's not easy telling people, or it's not easy just not turning up or whatever. So, and then sometimes you just don't want to go out at all, but you feel very pressured. So with all your own like personal history with holidays, we dream about the way the holidays are supposed to be, which can be a dangerous perspective, because I think throughout the year we always think, oh, this Christmas is going to be so amazing, this Christmas is going to be like this, and this Christmas is, we're always looking forward to Christmas and expecting Christmas is going to be so fantastic and it's going to be better than all the other Christmases that we've had. And then as we get closer and closer, if we don't plan well, you know, it doesn't really start turning out to be
your expectations.
And then, like we were talking about, when you start lacking the Christmas spirit, you don't put up the trees, you don't like, you're just not, and financially as well, which we'll go into, there's so many things, you know, it just puts you off, because the pressure of going out costs money. It's not cheap to go out, because you want to look nice and you don't want to wear the same dress to all these events, and all these things can add up to anxiety and stress and making you feel like, okay, so what can you do about this when you're in this predicament, or when you're feeling like this? We've got some pointers. So accept your limitations and be patient with others too. Try to see other people's point of views and recognize that we're all feeling at least a little stress, especially this time of year. So in terms of like going out, maybe try to arrange your day and try and go to all places for a few hours. If you don't want to
get a driver,
yeah. Or if you do have a car, try and manage your day. That could be one way, and try and empathize with the people that are asking you to go out. Or prioritize the most important activities. Yeah. So, you know, if you feel like some of these outings are not necessary, you can drop them and prioritize the ones that are important. Or if you feel like you're letting people down, you could always reschedule a get together with the people that you weren't able to meet during the festive holidays. That's a good one.
Yeah.
So that they don't feel like, you know, you were ignoring them
exactly
or whatever, and that gives you a time to explain maybe why you didn't go or turn up to their event or their gathering. It says also expectations to celebrate holidays in a specific way can bring up old trauma or family conflicts, which is quite an interesting one.
That's an interesting one, because sometimes some families do not get along.
Yes.
You know, and obviously you're forced to see your family.
And you don't want to see them.
You don't want to see them.
Like, yes, you know, like maybe a family member's planning a family get together and you feel anxious because you don't want to go because maybe there's a family member you don't get on with, or like it could be there could have been something traumatic that happened in the past, and you know you don't want to attend. But in situations like this for your self-care, you have to consider maybe, you know, not attending if it makes you feel that way, or speaking to the person who's organizing it and letting them know why you can't attend.
Exactly.
Because instead of avoiding them and making them feel like, you know, you just didn't care, you just didn't turn up, maybe explain in advance that you feel uncomfortable with going.
Exactly.
So, you know, like you were saying before, not everyone is a Christian, and Christmas is not also about Christianity, but we have two sides of it, don't we? We have the Christianity side of it, then we have the Father Christmas side of it, and you might just not be interested in none of it, so you may choose not to celebrate at all, and that's how I feel sometimes. I just wish, you know, for me, Christmas is a time now to relax.
Exactly.
And spend time in the sofa and watch
with
Netflix.
Yourself. Yeah,
it's another lockdown for me. You know, it's more of a lockdown period now. And I think sometimes when your children start to get older as well, it gets like that, because some of us do all the Christmas trees and the presents and stuff for the children. So as they get older, and you don't have to
They're not interested anymore.
Exactly. And you don't have to be too thoughtful about their gifts. You could just give them money.
Or they'll be fine.
Yeah, or you could say, let's go out on the Boxing Day, which saves you money and brings down a lot of pressure. So, I mean, there's loads of different ways with dealing with it. But regardless of your plans, it's helpful to communicate your intentions to your friends and family before the holiday season, you know, gets near, and let them know that, okay, I can't come, or I can, you know, like I said, reschedule another time in the new year to spend with them, because Christmas shouldn't be the only time that you spend with the people that you care about. It should be something that happens throughout the year anyway. So,
exactly. Yeah. I was going to say, so how about when you've got no invites? What happens then?
That's an interesting one.
That's an interesting one.
If you're a confident person, some people are very confident. Maybe no one's inviting them nowhere, but they've seen things that are happening, or they know of things that are going on. And they would be like, Jacqui, oh, I heard you're going to this Royal Hills event or whatever on Saturday. Can I come with you? You know?
So, why not?
A lot of people are like that. They just they're not invited, but I mean, certain events don't give an individual invitation. It's open to
all.
Exactly. Open to all. So just
which is
when
quite
you see
an
events
interesting
like
thing.
that, take the opportunity and go, because
definitely
Christmas is a time
you'll find a friend.
network. Exactly.
You'll find a friend to talk to, remember during that season, everybody's been merry. So I'm sure everybody will be welcome wherever, we are,
They go. Yeah.
where,
Even if you
wherever
gate
they
crash.
go. Sorry.
I said Christmas is a time when you gate crash a party or an event, no one's gonna say, what are you doing?
Nobody's going to be mean to say, why are
Yeah.
you here? Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you're there to socialize. So I think it should be fine. Again, if you're not confident, which, most of the time could be the case, people, can't be bothered to come out because they haven't got the invitation. Normally, if I feel like I want to go somewhere, but there's nowhere to go, I just put on the music, just listen to music, and you'll
Have
be
a party
fine.
at home, yeah.
Yeah. Because during the
Get some
lockdown,
wine.
we didn't go anywhere for almost 18 months. We were at home. We're not invited to go anywhere, but we had a lot of fun at home. So you can have fun at home, especially if you're a baker, you can bake cakes, you can do stuff at home. You can invite people to come to your house. You don't have to be invited to go anywhere. Put on the music and you should be fine.
Well, try to be fine, yeah. But it's difficult when people don't have anyone, but with us, we have people around us, or we have friends and family, but some people don't have anyone. So it's a time of loneliness as well. But we won't go into that too much. We'll continue to follow our, the topic. So we do get stressed about giving gifts. So I think I mentioned that before. Giving gifts and thinking about the gifts that you have to give to people at Christmas can be very stressful for a few reasons. It could be because of money.
Yeah.
It could be because you just don't know what to get someone anymore.
Yeah.
Because you've bought them everything and even it gets to a point with your own family members and children, you don't know what to buy them anymore because they have everything they need sometimes. And you're just like, what do you give someone that has everything? You've given them perfume, you've bought them earrings,
but sometimes you can get different perfume. So especially in my case, it sometimes it's difficult, because when you've got different networks, then you need to give, a lot of people gifts, which is really could be stressful. And, a lot of working class do experience this because, at work, you have to give cards, presents, little presents.
Santa.
Yeah, exactly. Secret Santa. If you've got church, you do the same thing at church. Other people got, got your family to do as well. So you can see there's 3 different groups that you need to purchase for. Apart from these groups, some people have got, they've got the, the medical team that, takes care of them as well. They need to get them cards. So it is a stressful, a stressful moment when you need to list a lot of people that you need to give gifts to. It is difficult. So sometimes
it's very common to get caught up with Christmas and the commercialization part of it and the marketing of, the holidays. We can feel stressed about spending, and get strained because, like we mentioned, the budget is just not there. And then and advertisers use this as an advantage to make money from us. So you subliminally watching TV and being on social media, you don't realize that subliminally it's making you stressed. Christmas makes you stressed because you see families preparing, you see people buying gifts or traveling, you see things, but it's not necessarily like, oh, go and buy someone a present, but you see what people are doing for others during the festive season. And subliminally it stresses you out. It makes you angry, like upset. You get mood swings and things like that without realizing, because it's like it's gone into your spirit and it's making you anxious and worry.
I was going to say
that's a marketing strategy.
Exactly.
It's actually something you learn in marketing.
Yes, it gives you that anticipation
to
do a lot of things, which could be stressful. However, you need to stop and think that, no, everybody's family is a different story compared to yours. Again, you need to think about the advertising that's going out there. They're there to sell. And that is their marketing strategies to get that, product out there. Again, you need to think, okay, what do I do for Christmas? What do I get for people? Normally, the easiest thing is chocolates, the little wines, the cards. It's just the token that we're in the festive season.
It's the
not
thought
their
that counts.
birthday.
It's not the price of the item.
Exactly.
It's the thought that counts.
It's not obviously a wedding gift or whatever gift. It's just a festive thing. Well, happy Christmas. That's it. And you've got this little wine. You've got this little chocolate, whatever that you can afford to. It could be anything, only if you can afford it,
Or even giving your partner or a picture of yourself in a frame,
Exactly. That's a very nice one.
I think us as, okay, let me just be straightforward. I think us as Black people or people that are from strong cultures, we tend to think we have to buy expensive and glamorous and we have to go all out to buy people presents. But when you look at like the British or the Americans, they just buy people like you said, chocolates and sweets and a teddy bear and like or they make things,
Exactly. It's the token.
It's
it's a token, and that's where it depends on your background again. It's all about your background and how you were been brought up. And that's why if you look around Easter, there's loads of Easter eggs, there's loads of chocolates. Those are the gifts we give out. It's not about the perfume. And normally wines are so cheap nowadays. You can get any Prosecco, red wine, these champagnes, the little ones, the little moits, they're very cheap. You can get those.
And you can do a hamper, you can do hampers. You can make your own hampers as well. And
so,
they're quite cheap.
We shouldn't get stressed about thinking, how much do I spend? What should I get? Or all you need to do is you just do the phone call. Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, I'm in Newcastle today. I wasn't, Royal Mail, bloody Royal Mail are on strike. Royal Mail is on strike. So, we couldn't send the card. Have a good one. That's it. Just put the phone down. You're thinking about them Christmas time. It's not about, worrying yourself, about buying things, trying to get out there. How can you get to everybody? You can't get to everyone. And nowadays you can't even rely on Royal Mail. So
they're on strike, aren't they?
Yeah, I ordered something before the 8th of December. It still hasn't been delivered.
Really?
So it's crazy, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a gift. I don't think it's gonna come. Something I ordered. So now that's the pressure on me now. Like the next few days, I have to go and buy my kids stuff because the things I've ordered, well, not for both of them, but one of them, it's definitely not arriving in time.
No.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. So again, as you're saying, what can we do about it?
Oh, in terms of like we've spoken about it, like, just thoughtful gifts are normally more cheaper than you actually think, the thought behind the gift. So it's not about, how can I say, and you have to know your limitations as well. You can't go all out if you can't afford it, you have to be realistic with yourself and your budget.
Exactly.
So if it's like, you're going to family members, you're going to a family do, just buy different chocolates. Go and buy Lint. Is it Lint? I don't know. Yeah, M&M's, different. And just when you go, you give them to the kids. And another good way of giving gifts is to actually give gifts to the children and not the adults. If you if you scrap the adults out and you give gifts to the children, that's another way on saving money, because it's the children that really, adore and appreciate gifts more than adults. If you give a child a pair of earrings or chain, they're gonna wear it.
Yeah. So jewelry again is another interesting gift that you can get.
And jewelry is very cheap now.
Yeah.
You can get all kinds of jewelry.
Exactly.
People love jewelry, so
exactly. Obviously, there's so many shops out there, Brent Cross, Westfield, online. Again, Royal Mail is a problem, but again, you can get something reasonable. So do not stress yourself. They will understand. Obviously, is a season greetings. Don't worry yourself too much about all these gifts. Lastly, or last but one, is about obviously the environment. Our weather around us is quite, an interesting one. It's very cold. However, I was sweating today. It was 10 degrees yesterday and today.
Yeah, because it was so cold. The last few days have been so cold. I've been absolutely freezing.
Last week was -3.
I was wearing socks and
-3.
pajamas and everything to bed.
Yeah. And I didn't get a good week. I told you I tripped on the ice last week. I had a twisted ankle and a sore back, and obviously it did affect me. Obviously, I was in bed for a couple of days, but I'm feeling great now. So thank God for that. But it can, the weather can affect us.
It can.
I couldn't believe it that, I was in bed for 2 days. I have slipped. I've never slipped and, dropped in my life. And as I was going down the stairs, I was just screaming, oh my God, what's happening? And, I eventually landed down on the stairs. We need to get used to, obviously, the environment. Even though it's getting warm now, it's still 10 degrees. It starts off 4, then it gradually increases. Keep warm. Let's try and get some rest. Again, it's a festive season. As you said, we are in some sort of a break. We need a rest. There's no sunlight, obviously, around this time. There's no sun. It's winter. Unless you're going to Ghana, you're going to a holiday, you're going to Nigeria, you're going to one sunny continent. And then obviously you can boost up your vitamin D. But if you're in the UK or in a cold country, let's try and concentrate, get regular sleep, boost up your mood, schedule some outdoor exercises if you can. So we've got about, some people have got 2 to 3 weeks off work. If you've got at least 2 weeks off, you can obviously do some exercise, open some windows, have some, fresh air coming into the house. Also, the heating, obviously we've got bills and stuff, but try and, get the place warm so that you can obviously brighten up yourself, lighten up yourself, enjoy yourself at home, just take care of yourself. Having much sunlight is sometimes good, but obviously we don't have most sunlight all the time. So just get out to get some fresh air, and, that can improve your mood, basically. Many traditions of the time incorporates candles and twinkle lights for a reason. Again, enjoying the season. Not everybody use candles. I normally use candles when I'm cooking. So it gets, obviously, some fragrance in the house, that sort of thing. But obviously other people do use candles a lot. You use candles in the house to lighten up the mood. We're on holiday. Enjoy your house. Sometimes you're outdoors all the time. You don't even enjoy the house. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
The living room. I just plug myself in the couch and I'm there till 10 midnight. I'm enjoying the living room. We need to enjoy the house sometimes. If you feel the need to slow your pace and hunker down this time of the year, consider reframing the winter months as the opportunity to work on a quieter project and activities suited for the indoors, such as writing, knitting, and taking some online courses. Again, depending on who you are, you can do writing, you can do cooking, you can do, go to the gym, enjoy the gym, do some reading. I tend to read a lot. You can take some online courses, or you can surf the internet, find out new things. Nowadays, everything's online. You can go online and you can find things online. Seasonal affective disorder, SAAD, is a more severe form of winter blues. If you feel hopeless, having suicide thoughts or change of appetite, sleeping patterns, talk to the doctor. Effective treatment for SAD include light therapy. Again, what that's basically saying is this season could be some sort of, loneliness because you're not at work at the moment. You're at home. Some kids are there to support you. Some kids are not there to support you. Try and, get your mood out. Try to talk to people. try and you do some reading. There's loads of talking therapies are the one. Contact the GP, contact Bestel, contact us. Meditation is another thing that I think I need to do meditation a lot. Because it's been a busy half term since October or 1st November to now. It's been what, 7 weeks now. I really need some meditation to clear my mind. We need that break away from dealing with people, and so we can rejuvenate ourselves for the new year. Yeah.
I mean, everything you've said is quite, I mean, it's easier said than done, but like, we're just here to, bring awareness and just share ideas. So, hopefully someone,
how we can manage our well-being.
Hopefully, someone is getting some therapy out of this show today.
Of course.
So the last one is number 6, feeling alone or feeling isolated. I think we've spoken about this quite a lot with the other ones. I think Christmas is a time where people do feel alone, and even some people feel, some people are still lonely even if they have children and have family around them. There's so many reasons why people feel lonely. You can feel lonely because you're grieving. You can feel lonely because you're alone.
You're separated, you're single.
Or separated, or you've divorced during the year, and maybe it's a different type of Christmas for you. There's so many reasons why people feel alone and isolated around Christmas. So what you can do about this is remind yourself of the people, places, and things that make you happy. Consider having calls and video chats with friends. You always have that friend who just randomly video calls you. So
mine is Eugene. He does that a lot.
Before I wasn't a fan of video call. I used to hate it. So when people used to video call me, I used to get angry, like, why is that person video call me? At least ask me. But now I'm starting to realize that it's just some people's preferred way of communicating. Maybe because they're not a typing person, or maybe because they just like to see your face. It's not always because a man or somebody wants to see you. That's why they video call. They just, even like, I have friends that just randomly video call me. I'm like, but now I'm just getting used to it because, like I said, it's not everyone that wants to type. And then some people can't really express themselves through typing. And sometimes the way we communicate through typing, sometimes we offend each other. We don't really realize, or things can get miscommunicated. So it's nice to just see someone's face. So if you feel like you're lonely and you have that friend, just video call them.
Or leave them a voice note.
Exactly.
I normally do that a lot because sometimes it's too long a thing that I want to say. So I've quickly done a recording and I've just sent it to you. Video call them. Hey, what's up? I'm really, is there anything out there? I feel like dancing. I feel like going out. Just send a message out to anyone on your phone, and they should be able to, come to your need. It is a Christmas season. They're at home. If they're not home, they'll make arrangements. Okay, we'll do it weekends. They'll try and, fit you in, and just don't stay in bed and do nothing.
And Christmas is the perfect time to communicate with people. Like we're saying before, if you gate crash a party at Christmas, no one's going to tell you to leave. So it's the same as gate crashes someone on their phone. You can, if you phone someone or you send them a message or you say Happy Christmas, it's a perfect time. Or even you might be on Instagram and there's someone you've always wanted to talk to, but you can't talk to them. And Christmas is always the best time to reach out to someone.
If they pick up.
Yeah, Christmas is the time. If you're feeling lonely and you've seen a guy or a girl that you fancy or you want to get talking to.
Are you sure they're going to talk back to you just because it's Christmas?
You can try. I mean, all you can do in life is try, isn't it? Try. Because Christmas is a good time to do that.
Exactly. So
to reach out to people, do you know what I mean? It's a good time to reach out to people because the way you're feeling, you'd be surprised that a lot of people are probably feeling the same way you're feeling too. A lot of the people that I've been speaking to the last few, everyone's feeling the same. The other day I went into Sainsbury's and there was a worker there and he was like, this year just doesn't feel the same. And I felt so like, wow, I thought I was the only one that felt like that. So it made me realize that I'm not the only one that feels like that. He said this year just doesn't feel the same. It just doesn't feel like Christmas. It's a different feeling this year. And I think also because of inflation and because of the lockdown and because of like the rise in our bills and stuff, it's definitely not a normal Christmas. It's a different type of Christmas for everyone.
Well, I feel the spirit with us has gone low. The Christmas spirit has just gone low. To be quite honest, not putting up the tree up caused an issue. I'm thinking, what? So we don't have any tree. You know, I'm used to tree every single year. So that caused it. Maybe if we had the tree out, maybe it would have been a different story. But when I go out and I see the tree out, I get excited. Then I'm thinking, all right, it's Christmas. When I come home, it's the same old place.
So why didn't you put the tree up if you wanted it? Why didn't you put it up?
I think it's the idea of having the tree there makes it Christmas. So I wanted to challenge myself that if the tree is not there, it's still Christmas. So it's a psychology thing. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, that's why I insisted, okay, if they don't want it, we're not putting it up, but it's still Christmas. So again, it is a psychology thing. If the tree is not there, you feel that it's not Christmas, and you think, okay, this is a different Christmas. It's because those things have not been put in place. Do you see what I mean?
Get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, anyway, we just drifted off the topic. It's about feeling isolated. Don't be isolated. Get involved with people. There's so many restaurants out there that you can just go. When you get there, there are people there. If you're hot, you should find somebody to talk to you. You know, let's have a good one, basically. So we're going to be showing the video now. We've got a video clip, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a very short video. Very, very short video.
Right.
Just an overview of what we've been discussing. So yeah, we have a video for you guys. And okay. Yeah, so that video just kind of
That's a very good
summarized
one.
everything
There was one on there that was very interesting. Getting involved in the community. To be quite honest, that's a really good, gesture to be, supporting the community. If you haven't got anywhere to go, there's churches around, there's food bank around, that you can support. You just go out there wrapped up with your woolly everything. You're warm. You just walk into one of these food bank, and you're there to support. That's a blessing in disguise, to be quite honest.
It is definitely.
Yeah. So
or
that's a
reaching
very
out
good
to someone
video
that you know
reminding
that
us.
needs your support, or just reaching out to someone that you know that has less than you, and just if you can help them a little bit, that's definitely really good. So I think before, Sari was saying that she's making a hamper whilst she
saw
was
that.
listening to the show, and
That's a
it's
good one. I
chocolate
hope the
biscuits
hamper
and a
is for
bottle of
me.
wine. And Emmanuel says, enjoy the holiday period. Same to you. Have a very happy Christmas. And a happy New Year. And so
he also said, reach out to a homeless person if possible. Bless them with some
bless
food.
them with some food. Yeah. Food is very important.
Really kind, gesture to be doing over the Christmas season. And I think Sari's laughing because the hamper is coming my way. Hopefully. I hope that our hamper comes and Miss New Love will get you a bottle of wine. Hope there's 2 wine. Normally she gets me cocktails. She's my partner in crime in cocktails. So I know what that's about. Cocktail hamper coming. So this Christmas, have a good one. Go through, reflect on what we've discussed. The holiday spirit, being overwhelmed by grief and loss, feeling pressured to attend activities, not being able to participate. You can say no, but try and not isolate yourself. And also do not get stressed about, giving out gifts. Do remember that it is a holiday season. It's a token. It's not about buying stuff. It's about, remembering that people are there. Your loved ones are there.
The thought that counts. Yeah.
Exactly. The thought that counts. Give them a phone call. Should be fine. And also activities. Remember there's winter. Enjoy the moment. The parks are cleared now. Do those exercises and clear your mind. You should be fine. At this point, we're going to thank Nathaniel, we're going to thank Sari. These 2 have been fabulous. They've been with us the last couple of weeks. Thank you so much.
Even a year. They've been with us for like a year. The year's gone really fast.
Couple of months. Exactly. Thank you, Big Joe. We're going to go through our appreciations to our sponsors.
Yes, our sponsors are the NHS South London and Maudsley, and also the National Lottery Community Fund. So a big thank you to them for sponsoring us for another year. And also our partners, 60 Seconds Creative Studio. Who else? Base, Become a Successful Entrepreneur, which belongs to yourself. Nash, Real Insight.
You've got DJ Big Joe.
Consultant. Also, Big Joe for being our technician and never letting us down.
No.
So many things happen in life, but we've been consistent.
So
I think the whole year we've only not done one show.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, we've only not done one show.
Wow.
And even I've traveled a lot and you've supported me, you covered.
Yeah, what can I do?
Thank you to you.
You have to keep going. Well done to you
We've
too.
done well this year. It's not been an easy year, but we've kept up. We've kept going.
Yeah, which is really good. We've kept the passion. We've kept the hard work. We're trying to change the stigma within the community and addressing obviously contentious issues that we tend to look over. These petty little things do affect our well-being, especially. We think it's Christmas, not everybody's enjoying Christmas, and therefore we need to bring those, pointers to you that we probably are in the all same, category, not enjoying it, but we need to enjoy it because we've got that time with people.
Exactly. And we have life, this year, a lot of people have passed away, even up to last week. So much people have passed away this year. So we just have to be grateful that we have life as well. Exactly. That's another thing as well. And that, God is going to see us into 2023.
So before we go, I'm just going to address that Best of Foundation is the charitable organization. We've been bringing the Wellbeing Show since over a year now. Best of Foundation or Child and Adult Foundation reach out to anybody who needs their services. We are independent and strong in partnership. We listen, we act, and we never give up. Our mission is to support mental health well-being in the UK and in Ghana through awareness creation and education, to provide basic resources for day-to-day running and functioning of healthcare or mental health facilities in UK and in Ghana, to provide and support organization with medical skills, training, and workshop. And clearly, Bestel has demonstrated all these narratives that we've talked about. They've done that.
100%.
It's on the website. Everything that I've talked about, the running, functioning, medical skills, the training, the workshops, where they flew up professionals to Ghana. You can see all these evidence on the website. So kudos to Bestel. We say hi to everybody on the team. Merry Christmas to Stella, Mrs. Ajimine, Mr. Ajimine, our secretary, Millie. We've got Enoch. Yeah. We've got Enoch, we've got Millie, we've got Anne Maria, Marian, Auntie Christabel, Auntie Georgina, all the leaders that supported us all through the year. Fendi is another one. She's a great support. Fendi is really good. She has promised to come on the show next year. So hopefully we'll see her next year. Merry Christmas. Big Joe and Wifey, Merry Christmas to you. Have a good one. Who else have we left out? We haven't left out anyone. Peter,
Nash,
Peter, Simon,
the clinical Martin,
clinical team,
and also George, our country coordinator in Ghana.
Exactly.
And
George
there's more of them.
Martin is doing wonders. We've got Martin, we've got Simon, we've got Lee. The Slum, South London, and
came on the show,
South London and Mosley Trust.
Simon,
the whole team over there. Thank you for your support. Merry Christmas, everybody. And Nash, right? Nash is our one of our gurus with 60 seconds, isn't it?
No, real insight.
Real insight.
Yeah,
exactly. Real insight.
So it's been a great year. So we just, we'll be back.
Yeah,
in the new year and please do let us know about topics and conversations that you'd like us to discuss on the show, because we do need your input.
Exactly. Well, thank you to Elizabeth, who was here 2 weeks ago. Fabulous lady, special lady. Thanks to Dee from the autism group for coming. Thank you, DJ Francis, for honoring us this year. The teachers, Ghanaian Teachers Association, Eugene and Sister, so many people come across this year. Thank you so much. We look forward to a wonderful and a blessed 2023. Stay blessed, guys. 100%. Have a good Christmas.
Hi, my name is Miss New Love, and I'm one of the hosts of a brand new show brought to you by Bestel Foundation.
The Wellbeing Show is to help reach BAME families, to help with mental health, support, and emotional needs. The Wellbeing Show streams live every Tuesday at 8 to 9 p.m. on Diversity Radio via Facebook, YouTube, and Mixcloud. So tell your family and friends to tune in as we discuss topics that affect our well-being. The Wellbeing Show is proudly sponsored by NHS South London and Maudsley, the National Lottery Community Fund, and partnered with Real Insight, Base, 60 Seconds Creative Studio, and Gold Diggers Talk Show.